Um, I think they're doing enough. I don't know if it should be more or less, or maybe it's just continue to do what they're doing kind of idea.
Usually I would say no, but this year I would think they should be monitoring it more, especially with the things that happen with like the guns and people posting things about having magazines and stuff. I think the school should monitor that more and like broadcast that that's happening so people aren't posting about it and like starting rumors when it comes to that kind of stuff.
I would say that Carmel High School shouldn't really involve themselves when it comes to monitoring school, like anything on the internet. It's more bound to students' privacy.
I don't feel comfortable giving all kinds of rights to personal information, to personal possessions, to schools. It makes me uncomfortable.
I think schools should probably start doing a little bit more. I mean, there are so many different posts that are coming in, and some of them are just kind of bad, and they shouldn't be exposed.
That's really tough for me because I know that legally students don't have any rights once they're in a school. However, I don't believe that that's good. I think that's the responsibility of their parents to police how they're using their phones, their computers, whatever.
I feel like it depends on what it is. Like if it's something like with a gun, they did go investigate that. I think that's important. If it's something more like drugs or stuff, I don't know. I think it just depends on the situation.
I think it depends on the context. If it's incriminating photos that are being sent within school hours, then I think yes. I think if it's incriminating photos, if it violates a code of conduct for like athletes, I think then they do. I think that if it's something that's unrelated to academics and it's not in the school, then I think that that's more of a gray area.
I would say if there's reasonable suspicion, yeah.
Okay, first of all, you shouldn't even be having compromising photos on your phone. That's just nasty, okay? And if you do, not that I'm promoting it, you should probably delete them and then go to your recently deleted and delete it off of there. But yeah, I mean, that's your fault for having it, man. That's your problem.
If it happens outside of school, yes, I do.
Definitely, yeah, because I think everybody comes back to school at some point, whether this happens over the summer and they're coming back, it's going to take place at school at some point, so I think the school should look into that so it stops right away.
I would say no. I think it has to happen on school grounds.
I think they do because, I mean, students are going to come back anyways, back to the building, and if it is someone who goes to Carmel or any other like school within the district, I do believe that they have the choice to do that.
Yes, if it affects school. So if something happens when it's beyond school hours, but it bleeds over into actual school, if kids are having conflict within school, if they're fighting, if they're bickering, if it's affecting if it's affecting a student's academic performance, if a kid's being actively targeted, and maybe they don't have resources. That one of the positive things about school is that it provides resources to students in those situations. At schools and teachers and the entire culture of Carmel High School is not just about kids getting good grades and figuring out academics. It's about social support too, and part of that is helping to prevent bullying. So.
Not really. I know some sites are blocked. You can't go on them, but I don't know exactly what they are.
Not all of the policy, no.
I mean, I don't know the very specific rules. I know if it's on Wi-Fi, if it's on the school Wi-Fi, I'm pretty sure they can search it.
I didn't even know they had those. Yeah, no, I'm not.
Not at all.
Does anybody know this?
No, so far, no.
I don't think teachers should ever be allowed to search a student's phone. I do think that teachers can refer their suspicions to the dean's office.
If there's something suspicious, then they should look into it, but if just because somebody's on their phone and they take it, that's an invasion of privacy. in my opinion.
I first of all do not want to search anyone's cell phone. That is not my job and it is not my role. I would feel very uncomfortable looking at anyone's cell phone. Even when I have kids put them on my desk, I turn them over because I do not want to be put in a position where I see something that they don't want me to see. That's just not my job. An administrator, however, I know that they do have, they have the legal right to look on cell phones. I think that usually the case is they're not just grabbing it. If they find a phone, they don't just go through it. I think that usually there has to be some sort of due process associated with that. If there's an accusation or there's a concern about, like, for instance, drugs or something with the student doing that's illegal, then they do have the right to search the phone.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
As a teacher, I never want to be put in that position. So. Never. So.
I think they should only be able, be allowed to look at phones when they have reasonable evidence or a suspicion that something's going on. But I don't think they should be able to when they just take it away.
Reasonable evidence.